I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies, and the incredible Emily Lane.
Hello.
Look at her in a cute red jumper.
My nan knitted me this for Christmas.
No way.
Yeah.
That is the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
She's very talented, my nan.
Oh.
Shout out Janet.
Janet.
We love you, Janet.
My nan is called Jeanette. That's so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? Her actual name's not Janet. It's Patricia. Janet's her middle name, but she prefers Janet.
Janet.
So
So we'll
call
go
her
with Janet.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think I met your mum and dad before I met you.
Did you?
Yeah.
When was that?
I met them somewhere.
Oh, well, you did.
I spoke to your mum about Magic Mike. She was like, I'm
Did
Emily
you?
Lane's mum.
No.
And I said, oh my gosh, are you? I know, Avita Press
Avita
night.
Press. Yeah, because that's where I feel like I met you for the first time.
Yeah, was it at the after party?
Yeah, I saw her. No, it was in the stalls.
Oh, maybe
Literally
you'd
after
gone,
the show,
maybe
and you were
you'd
with
gone.
Frankie.
Yeah, maybe you'd gone somewhere and
Yeah.
I'd met them and then I met you all together.
Yeah. Oh.
So I was asking you, Mel.
I was at Magic Mike on Friday.
Honestly.
Great fun, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Great fun.
Like,
And great show.
A great show. Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah.
Like, best night of my life, I'd actually go and say that.
Yeah. And it's not just, they obviously take the tops off and whatever, but they're all so talented. The choreography's amazing.
Yeah,
the
there's
dance
some
numbers, there's
storyline.
tap, there's singing, like...
It's so impressive.
Yeah.
Also, actually, talking about Avita was giving Magic Mike at times.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I was giving Magic Mike.
Wasn't that amazing? My God.
Insane.
And you were sat in front of me and you stood like in the middle. Do you remember when everyone went absolutely mental?
Did I?
Yeah. There was one number and everyone stood up because it was
stand up.
press night.
Because I was sitting next to Fabian
Fabian.
Eloise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing night.
Yes.
Amazing.
Right. Let's go back. Trained at Arts Ed.
Yes.
And were you a year below Jack Yarrow?
Yeah, I was.
He was here before.
Oh, really?
So say hi to Emily for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Jack.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Did you?
I had the best. Well, I was there. I did 5 years at Arts Ed.
Oh, did
I did the
you?
sixth form there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was at Sylvia's before that.
You're a Sylvia girl.
I'm a Sylvia girl. Yeah. So I was at Sylvia's for 3 years and then I knew about the sixth form and I thought, well, if I can get my A-levels and keep training at the same time, that's what I'll do. Why not? So I did, 2 years there and then got into the degree course and was there for 3 years.
God, so you've done years and years of training.
Yeah, I've been doing it quite a long time. My first show, I was 7.
I know.
Oh, she's done her research.
I know you are. Young
Yeah.
Cosette.
Young Cosette. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no. Well, first show was Sound of Music at the Palladium.
That wasn't in my deep dive.
Was it not?
No.
Yeah, Martha Von Trapp at 7, 2006 it was, with Connie Fisher after the programme.
No
Remember the programme?
way.
Yeah, How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria?
And Connie
then-
Fisher. Oh my God, that name.
Connie Fisher. Yeah,
That takes me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
And that was your West End debut.
That was my West End debut, yeah.
And then Cosette.
And then Cosette, that was shortly after. And that's when I think, me and my parents thought, oh, this is going quite well.
She's quite good at this.
And then I think that's when I joined the Sylvia's agency, or it might have just been before. And then I went back and did another part in Sound of Music. I was Brigitta. And then it kind of, it continued from there.
So you're
really.
a child actress.
I am.
Child rock star. In the flesh, guys.
Wow. Wow.
Here she is. I actually just went to see the Sound of Music production at the Curve. And the little Gretel blew my socks off.
Really?
Yeah. I thought, who's her mother?
Yeah.
And it was so weird because I said to Nikolai, oh my God, there was this girl last night, she was playing Gretel, because they had this like big dance break and she was clean.
Yeah.
She was on it. She was sharp, and I think she's about 6.
Wow.
And he said, yeah, she's already represented by Curtis Brown. I thought, there we go.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. She's set.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, I just love that show. I love that show.
The kids are the show, personally.
Yeah. It's got a lot of heart, isn't it? And I remember when I was in rehearsals for it, and my mum came to pick me up from rehearsals, and I was in floods of tears. And she was worried because she thought it was because she was a bit late. And, you know, I thought, oh, my mum's not coming to pick me up. And she rushed over. She said, I'm so sorry. And the chaperone said, oh, no, she's absolutely fine. She's just a bit emotional because we did the scene just now where the dad comes back into the family and remembers the singing, and she was really moved by it. At the age of 7, I'm there like really getting into the scene, and that's why I was teary.
Oh,
and my mum thought, oh, bless.
Oh, look
the
at
drama.
her.
The drama. It's
That
ridiculous.
is the cutest story.
But it was so, you know, that bit where he
Yeah,
eventually comes back and yeah, obviously it touched me at the age of 7.
Well, so you started off super strong as a child actress. Started at the Palladium, you know, low, small budget, all the rest. And then, so you then went to Sylvia's,
Yeah.
Arts Ed, and then graduated into a pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So close.
I know. It was a really weird time because we did our showcase. We were really lucky at Arts Ed with the 3rd year. I don't know if it's the same now, but we do our shows first.
Oh, okay.
And then we do showcase last. And then it's just weeks of classes. So we'd done our shows. I'd done like my main show in the November. Second
and you did
show,
Legally Blonde?
I did.
And Rich Fitch was your director?
Yeah, Richard Fitch.
Yeah. Shout out Richard Fitch.
Yeah, love Richard
Playing
Fitch.
Elle Woods.
Hey. So I totally get it. She's amazing. And yeah, and then we did showcase, and I think we were technically, not that we would class as a West End theatre, but we were the last theatre to be open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because literally the theatres were just going down one by one. And I remember our showcase, it was our principal, one agent, that was our audience. And our principal said to us, you know, come out and watch your friends so that we can have some sort of support in the room. And we did our showcase and we said goodbye. It was, oh, see you in 3 weeks. I went out and cleared my locker out that day because I just thought, I don't think we're coming back. I just had a gut feeling. And then we had classes on Zoom. So we were lucky because I felt like I'd had the crux of my training.
Yes.
I'd done it.
Yeah.
It was the year after us that I really felt for, because we did have some classes online. And how do you do ballet classes?
I
You know, in your living room, and how do you say, oh, that's not right, and point your toe more, and, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a weird ending, but
I know.
But
then also you kind of came out to like no auditions, right?
yeah, I mean, I was really, really lucky because I booked Frozen in
your
like
3rd year.
in the must have been just before we locked down. So although, you know, yes, the world stopped, I thought to myself, if a show is going to go ahead, I felt really lucky that it was a Disney show, because I thought, oh, we might get this on. And I think that really helped me and comforted me throughout the pandemic. But
so you graduated and booked Anna straight away?
No, so I was in the ensemble and I was second cover Anna for the year.
You're the mystery bump up.
Wait, what? What's this?
I always heard this story about this woman in the ensemble of Frozen being given the role, and I remember thinking, oh my god, that's insane.
It's me. It's me.
The Everly Lane.
Yeah. What? Yeah, it was mad.
So you went from ensemble second cover to playing the role?
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen?
Well, I think, you know, it was such a massive, massive show. And
Actually,
the fact that...
saw it. How bad is that?
Did you not?
No.
Oh, it was fun. It's on Disney Plus. Not me, but you can watch it on Disney Plus. It was such a huge show. And I think that I just felt lucky that they would take me as seriously as a cover. You know, I think they needed to know that they had people that had worked and had experience and could go out there and like, you know, hold a show. But quite early on, I was kind of acting as first cover for a bit. So I went on 3 weeks into the contract as Anna.
Second cover?
Yeah, a second cover. And it was actually the following week I had my cover run. So luckily, I think the day before I had rehearsal, we just finished blocking it. So I knew all the staging. The only thing I didn't know was the backstage show. You know what that's like with Elle Woods.
That's just as important.
Oh my God, it's like you've got what you do on stage and then it's, you know, what are your quick changes, wigs, you know, the whole shebang. So that was kind of the only thing I didn't know, but everyone was so amazing and supportive. And I remember it was a Thursday matinee as well that I got thrown on. So it was like, wake up, get to the theatre. And I had a dermatologist appointment that morning, and I remember thinking, there is no way I can go. I've got to get to the theatre like ASAP. And I called them and I was like, hi, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make my appointment. And they said, you know, that's a bit problematic. Why can't you make it? Are you sure you can't make it work? And I said, no, seriously, I'm about to play Princess Anna in Frozen and at the Drury Lane. I've got to go. I can't come to my appointment. And they were like, right, okay, yeah, no worries. So I was lucky. I managed to get on quite a few times, which I think helped me kind of, you know, gain the experience. And then, it came to the point where I asked if you know, if the role is going to be available, can I audition for it? And they said yes. And then I had to go in and audition in front of Michael Grandage again, which was pretty cool. And then I found out 3 hours after my audition that I got it. And I was in my dressing room at the time when I found out, and I was with my best friend, just us two. We had a dressing room of 4, but it was just us two in the room, which felt so right that it was just me and her there. And they called me and told me, and then I had to go down to warm up and not tell anyone for weeks and weeks, which was obviously really hard going into work in
especially
the show.
If there's speculation, who's coming in as Anna, and you're like,
and it got to the point like 3 weeks in, I still wasn't allowed to tell anyone, and someone said to me like, surely you've heard something by now, and I was like, no, honestly, like I really don't know anything. But it just got to the point where it was like, oh, of course, you know something, you know something. And then, spent the year as Anna. But I'm so glad I had both experiences because they were so different. Yeah. And I learned a lot from covering, and also met friends for life that, you know, it's just a different experience. Yeah. You don't spend as much time with everyone. You know, Anna's like, you're on stage the whole time. Yeah. As much as I loved my year there, it's just different. It's just different.
So how was it working with Sam Barks?
Amazing.
She's
insane, and she was such a role model for me. Just watching her, how she handles herself, how she looks after herself, I thought, I'm taking things from you. And she really kind of swept me up and took me under her wing, and it was really lovely. And for my finals, when I was auditioning for Anna, I think she was away somewhere, and she flew back and literally came straight to the audition, and we got to read together, which was really, really great because obviously we had done it together quite a few times, so the chemistry was there. And I told her straight away, and she's amazing. And then she was pregnant for a long time, like during our run together. So when I finally met her baby boy, it was like, I feel like I know you because I've been singing to you for, you know, however many months it was. So she's a boss.
She
woman.
is a boss.
Yeah, adore her.
To come back after 6 weeks.
Oh yeah. Just amazing.
Dreaming.
And the voice, need I say more?
The voice, the waist.
Oh yeah,
the face card.
Gorge.
Wait, we haven't even spoke about it yet. Tomorrow, Emily starts rehearsals for Mean Girls. So you're going on the first UK tour of Mean Girls as Cadie.
Indeed.
Cady Heron.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't wait.
What a dream role.
I can't wait. Yeah, it is. It really is.
What was the audition process like?
Well, so I auditioned for it in town, and obviously didn't get it. The amazing Charlie Byrne got it, who was a year above me at Arts Ed actually, and always thought she was incredible. And so yeah, there were so many rounds for that time round, but it was really, I was really in a really fortunate position this time because I'd done all the rounds. They had all my tapes.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of a conversation between some of the creative team and my agent, and I said, I know it's going on tour. Is there an opportunity for me to, audition for Cadie? I'd really love to do it and be considered. And because they had my tapes, they were able to just directly send them. And I got
just the offer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
cool. You know when you hear of that happening, and I'm like, oh wow,
I'd love
that's
that to
mega.
happen.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And have you met any of the cast yet?
So I've met Vivian because we did a photo shoot together.
Oh yes, of course you did.
A few months ago.
And Sophie.
But I haven't met Sophie, so I actually couldn't be there for the second photo shoot that you might have seen photos of.
With Kiara.
Because I was in tech for Sleeping Beauty at the Palladium, so I couldn't go. So Photoshop is a wonderful thing because, they just managed to Photoshop me in. Yeah, so I actually haven't met, I know Georgie through friends.
Yeah.
And I've met Max before, but I haven't met many yet. So
girls,
I'll meet
Sophie
them all
and
tomorrow.
Kiara.
Yeah, because obviously you did Gatsby.
Oh, they're so gorgeous.
I've heard. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You're gonna have the best time.
Yeah, I think we are. We are.
Oh, you are. And this is your first ever tour.
First ever tour. You've got to tell me all the places. All the little food spots and.
I was more of a party girl.
Oh really?
And I don't think you don't give me that energy.
I can party. It depends. It really depends. I feel like I won't know how. I know that's how the scary much part. Until I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because Panto season was party. So I feel like I've had my party.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. And we're going to see if we cross paths anywhere. Hopefully we do. Come on, hopefully.
I know. I'll have a look because I really want to see your show. It's literally one of my favourite
Even
shows.
If it's just a one-nighter somewhere and then we all
or like
together.
If a matinee, I don't know what
what's your matinee? We were in Edinburgh at the same time as Hamilton. And we did a whole night out with them. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's like us. We're in Manchester at the same time as Mamma Mia. That'll be fun.
That'll be so much fun.
Yeah.
And have you looked at the script at all?
I have. I've looked at it.
Are you more of a wait until you get into rehearsal?
You know what? It really depends. It really depends. I think I finished Panto a week ago. And I don't know about you, but I find it...
We're literally in February. We're in Feb.
Not yet.
No, we're not.
She's like, what day is it? I don't know.
I'm so ready to get rid of January. You finished Panto a week ago.
Some Pantos go on until the end of January. I think, is it Birmingham or Newcastle? Literally go on until the end of the month.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I find it hard when I'm in a job to crack out a script and start looking at something else. I find it really difficult. So I think it will be one that I just pick up as we're doing it. And also, I love the songs. I know the songs,
Yeah.
So
I feel like my rule is I don't open a script until I am being paid to.
I really respect that. I worked with an amazing girl called Hannah Traylon I did a play was it end of the summer this year, and she said the same thing because I turned up, and usually I like to be familiar, but I'd come from another job and that was really wordy and really a whole different world text wise, and I turned up and play with certain plays, it's a shorter rehearsal period, and I was like, I really don't know any of my lines, and I didn't like the feeling I felt underprepared, and she said, I'm telling you, you will pick it up And she said the same thing.
Yeah.
She went, the reason why I don't know it is because I've been working on other things. So I will start learning it
when
I'm getting paid.
I know.
And also, it's really important, if you do have downtime between jobs or whatever, you need to have that time.
Yeah,
and if you're just spending that preparing for the next, your nervous system, your body, it will never switch off.
No.
So I have switched off.
You needed
this
that week for yourself.
Yeah.
How long are rehearsals for you?
So 4 weeks in
And then
London,
tech.
and then tech.
Where?
Manchester.
You're opening in Manchester?
Yeah, we're in Manchester for 3 weeks. And I've never been to Manchester. I think I went once as a kid. I want to say to see Flashdance. Random. Really random. I don't know it at all. And everyone's like, oh my God, Manchester,
Beautiful
you're going to love
Manchester.
it. And that's why I'm so excited for tour, because there's so many places that I've never been
Edinburgh.
to. I have been to Edinburgh. But
Glasgow?
never been. No. Dublin. Belfast.
So expensive, Dublin.
London, no, is it?
Llandudno, that's where I come from.
Is it?
Well,
Everyone
20
says
minutes away.
Llandudno is
Beautiful.
stunning.
It is.
So all these
I mean,
places.
there's nothing there though.
I don't mind that.
Zilch.
I don't mind that.
I don't even think there's a
crisp
party
walk and
place.
coffee. Probably
Yeah,
for the
along the
best.
seafront. It's beautiful.
Can't wait.
You can walk up this peak of...
Yes, I've heard. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally 20 minutes from
My
there.
mum said about that, actually.
Yeah. Anne Boleyn the musical.
Yes.
The pictures that I saw of that, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where is it? Was this an outside production?
Yeah. So they built an auditorium in the grounds of Hever Castle, which is where she grew up.
Was it incredible?
It was incredible. And you know what? It was a job that was so not in the pipeline, really.
Yeah.
And
Came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere. And it is such a lesson in, you know when you think you're going to do that and then it doesn't. And then something like that comes up. And I really didn't know much about it. And it came up so last minute, and I just threw myself into it without asking too many questions. And it turned out to be the most wonderful experience.
Wow.
We would travel out to Hever 4 times a week, 4 shows a week. We would be outside. My first entrance, I had to walk from the castle to the stage. The sun was setting. There were birds, there were ducks. And there was one show where the duck literally wouldn't move, so I had to go around it. Felt like Snow White, literally with all my wildlife. And yeah, it was an outdoor production. We had in-ears, which was a whole new
game.
thing for me. And yeah, we told it's a new musical, purely about Anne Boleyn. And it was just like the most beautiful experience.
I remember seeing bits about it online and thinking, wow, that looks absolutely magical.
Yeah, it really was. And I feel like it's one of those jobs that I won't experience anything like that again. Obviously the outdoor auditorium thing, I guess it's like the park or, which I'd like so love to do. There was something just really, really calming about being outdoors. And I really love it when I can see the audience. I don't know about you, but I actually find it less nerve-wracking when I can see people, because then you humanize the whole thing. You're not just staring out into the abyss of nothing. You can go, oh, there's audience. We're doing a show here. We're good. And yeah, obviously it would get dark throughout the evening, and yeah, it was honestly beautiful. I loved it.
And you did it with Chomba.
Yeah. Did you?
I did
Pretty Woman. Yeah.
What, who?
Yeah, I remember actually, because there was one day in rehearsals where I think you put up on your Instagram, like, who shall we bring on the podcast? And Trump was like, I'm going to say you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
So thanks,
so
Chomba.
weird.
Shout out, Chomba.
But what an incredible experience. And there's something about me and the history, like those wives' history, I'm so intrigued in.
Yeah. And you know what? The one day that was like blew my mind, we got given a tour, like a private tour of the castle. And obviously, I'm there like playing Anne Boleyn, and then during the day you're walking the pavements of where she walked, and then going on doing a performance as her, and obviously the inevitable ending that happened. And I was like a mess that night because I just felt really, like, it sounds really cringe, but connected to her and her story. And then it was really weird because I would get a car back every night after the show, and we always took the same route. And that night we took a different route, and we drove past the Tower of London on the day that I visited the castle. And I was like, that's really weird. She knows.
She knows. She was
she
there.
Can say, yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah, so do I. Do I.
I really wish I would have seen that.
You never know if it.
Do you think there's life for it?
I think that the setup of it is like incredible, like a historical place with a historical story. I say it could. I don't know. I don't know anything.
But you never know.
But
did it sell
because
well?
people love history.
Yeah,
including me. That's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, history x musical theatre is a dream.
Dream.
I mean, you love the Palladium, don't you? Panto every year. I'm just waiting for you to book a job over Christmas because I can't get in as the princess until you do. I'm like, it's motherfucking MMA.
Well, I'll be on tour next
Thanks.
Christmas. So
Same.
No. No.
Every year I think, is she gonna leave so I can have the motherfucking princess tracker song?
This was my first year.
Oh, I thought you did the year before.
No. The year before was Jane McDonald.
Why did I think you'd done the year before?
I don't know.
Or the
I'd
year
done Hello Dolly there.
Oh.
Maybe.
It might be that, yeah, because
Maybe.
that's what you did the Palladium. That is the Palladium one as well,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So it was my first year.
Is it massive? I've never done the Palladium.
You will.
Is it
And when you
huge?
do, you'll get it. It's magic.
Is it?
Yeah. It's magic. All the history that's there,
I know.
And also, like, for me personally, I was 7 when I was first there. And then what was really special about doing the Panto this year, I was in the same dressing room that I was in for Hello Dolly, which was really nice. And I didn't, it was just by chance. It's a really special building. And, there's so many seats. It's like,
I know.
One of the biggest
It's
theatres.
in London, isn't it?
In
After the
London.
Coliseum.
Yeah. But it feels really intimate.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I don't know how they achieve that, but it feels really friendly.
Oh,
I
love that.
Yeah, you'll do it one day, and it's amazing.
Well, it's not going to be Panto next year.
Listen,
and then she'll be back. Oh, no. Who else won't leave? Rob Mad. Piss off. Let us breathe. Let someone book a job. I love loyalty. And they seem to be loyal to their people.
And
I love
it is like a family.
Oh.
And honestly, I feel like this is the first time that I've actually spoken about Panto since I left. I was meant to see some friends this week and whatnot, and I couldn't talk about Panto because it was such an amazing time. I was like, I actually need to not talk about it for a while because I was so sad when it finished. It was just like the most incredible time. Laughed literally every second of every day and met some like incredible people. Rob Madge
being one of them.
Special person.
Soul.
But yeah, if the opportunity ever comes up, I'll
let you know.
Do it.
I've never done a Panto in my life.
Have you not?
No, and I'd love to. I mean, apparently the schedule's gruesome.
The schedule is crazy, but you're having such a great time. And you have to be having a good time because the schedule is so crazy.
Yeah.
But actually, you get into the swing of it. Like,
I know.
you really do.
I really would love to do it. I just feel it's pressure off. It's also like the audience are all like in the mood for Christmas.
Yeah.
There's like an excitement in the
Everyone's
air.
coming to have the best time.
Yes. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
And I love a Panto. I love watching a Panto.
Yeah.
I love it ever since I was little.
Yeah.
Like the best feeling ever.
Yeah. No, it's honestly the most fun I think I've ever had on stage.
I think I'd love to do the Palladium or Birmingham. Doesn't Birmingham take Palladium's one before?
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Where are you doing Christmas on tour?
Birmingham. Yeah, someone actually said to me, oh, if we need like an emergency cover,
there you go,
Princess Aurora, you'll be there. We'll just be like, hey, can you come and help us out?
No, I can't. Down. Just Act 1. I can only do Act 1.
Yeah.
We're doing Brighton.
Are you? We're
Christmas
not going there. Oh, that'll be gorge.
I'm just going to stay there the whole time. Family are going to come to me.
Get Ben to come to you.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. You are literally a superstar. I'm going to be asking Emily questions that you have given us in our Patreon section. So stick around if you are a Patreon listener. If not, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.